In this broker compatibility segment, we're going to look at a database report that I'm keeping on the performance of the various broker platforms. So at the end of it, we can create a ranking on performance for overall performance and for individual expert performance. At this point, we're keeping all of the active experts in a number one ranking status, which means they're active for the test. But in the end, we're going to actually rank all of them by their overall performance. Down here, we've already eliminated all of these broker platforms for various reasons. In fact, some of these were eliminated before we even got started. Alpari for US, for instance, has a terrible server connection, so we don't want to use them. Here we have the restrictions, whether there are restrictions for FIFO hedging and any other type of restrictions to trading an expert. We're going to assess this a little more closely as the tests continue. Here's our leverage available. We want the maximum leverage we can get when we set up our accounts, so this is a factor in choosing the broker. Here is the minimum lot sizes available. In some cases, like the STA and the accelerator, having the lowest possible minimum lot size of 0.01 is a benefit to the execution of that expert. Here's the price digits. There's a move right now towards going to a higher digit level. The standard is 4, or it's a movement to 5, and a rumor that we're going to be moving up to 6 or more digits on the prices. This is all for manipulation of smaller account smaller account types like mini and nanos. Here's some comments at the end. I'm going to have more comments on how these brokers are performing. Right now, I've just noticed that MIG is offering a multi-manager, which is shows a progressive attitude on their part. Here's our initial lot size for the first test on the STA expert. Our initial balance size, and all the tests we're going to be starting over with a new balance size on each expert tested. Here is a note that there was a delayed entry, meaning that when you activated the expert, there was no order executed until several hours after the expert was in place. The no means that Alpari NZ, Alpari UK, FX Pro executed the orders immediately, and the other platforms waited for some period of time before they did execute. Here, as far as execution 1 goes, it means that the platform executed the program on a single pair as it was supposed to be executed. Here in these accounts or these platforms, it executed one trade and shut down. This is on the single pair. Now here's the second test where I've run SDA with 3 pairs, and this is a ranking, our first initial ranking on this SDA test. The number 1 means these platforms performed best. Number 2 means that they did not live up to the standards we need, but we're going to keep them in the test to see how they do on other experts. Delayed entries on the second aspect of it. There was no delayed entries on these platforms, and on these there was. We'll see a 12-hour delay on eGlobal, 12 hours on FX clearing, and so forth. The only reason I can think of why this didn't happen, well, there's 2 possible reasons. One is that this is a built-in back-end situation, while the back-end settings assess what this expert is going to do, and therefore it was delayed. You'll notice that on some of these they ended up blocking the expert anyway. What we're looking for is immediate execution. The STA actually has a um, low order trigger. It'll trigger almost immediately on short-term trends, so it should activate fairly quickly. Here are the number of trades that the platforms were executed in the platforms, which is an indication that in these platforms the expert did what it was supposed to do. And in this particular expert, it's a short rollover, so it should execute a fairly high number of trades. Here we are, where we see the 2, 3, and 5. And in all these cases, it executed 1 or 2 trades and then was shut down by the broker, I'm assuming. Now, here's a little interesting note that when this expert was shut down, it was shut down at a profit. This is got to tell you something about the broker plotting against the user. If they were actually wanting to take money from you, why would they shut it down in a profit mode rather than in a loss mode? In all likelihood, when the shutdown occurred, it occurred when they found out that this expert was going to place a secondary order at the same lot size as the first order. This would put it in the FIFO rule violation. You also detect the very minimal pip tolerance used in this indicator, and the secondary order is supposed to be placed when the first order is in a loss mode. So somehow they detected the secondary order ahead of time and shut it down in the profit mode. Now here we see the top earners after the test, and these are Power UK. It was executing the strategy as it was supposed to be with the 0.01 lot size. We found Master Forex, Prime Forex, and Tadawell did the best. We go back here to our lot size. Prime Forex was executing the strategy properly. There was a slight delay, but it executed all the orders right. Tadawell executed. They did a little modifications in that they only executed 1 pair at a time, but they came out all right. And I think it's worth noting at this point that Prime Forex is offering a high leverage, and their server performance is, in my view, the best I've ever seen, actually. And we'll test them in our server video. But I also believe this is why they have the greatest profit. Their execution is much faster because their server speeds are much faster. So now we've moved into our secondary test and the Excel test. This is where our Vanguard didn't come through, but everybody else placed immediate orders with this expert. It's not. Like I say, this is a QX expert. It's not constructed like the STA, and we're going to see consistent orders placed across all broker platforms at this point. So this is the first view of our reports. We'll take another look at it after the Excel finishes its trading tests.